sensitive topic. I want to talk about the marriage of the Prophet peace be upon him to Aisha. May God be pleased with her. What I'd like to talk about here is basically some of the accusations that people make, and the fact that how these accusations are unfounded. Now, what I would like to do is initially to start off by saying that the first time these accusations started to appear against the Prophet peace be upon him is within the last 100 or 150 years. Before that time, there was not a person who had actually looked at the life of the Prophet peace be upon him, commented on it, and actually mentioned anything unusual about this marriage at all. Whether these were people who were Muslims, whether these were people who were not Muslims, whether these are people who were pro-Islam, or whether these people were hostile to Islam, they did not mention anything unusual about this. And the reason for this is that culturally this was not unusual. This was actually accepted as a culture.
Well, you're a liar, and I just exposed you as a liar. Aren't you ashamed of yourself to try to come onto YouTube and make up all kinds of fibs? Or are you just ignorant? Here's a book, The True Nature of Imposture Displayed in the Life of Muhammad, 1732. It was published in 1732. It's a book by Humphrey here that I read, and I own the book myself. It's written in Old English. And there's many other books. Many other books. Anyone who had Arabic translated into English was able to find out who Muhammad was and the filthy things he did. And they did talk about them. So I don't know why a guy like you would have the gall to come onto YouTube, make a video, and try and, make excuses for pedophilia. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? You even said in your video that it's a hard video to make. And I noticed that you stutter throughout the whole video, and you even have a hard time making eye contact in the camera. I'm sure that somewhere up here in this head of yours, you know it's wrong. But what I'm really surprised about is that you don't take the opportunity to be an upright citizen and say, it was wrong. It's wrong to have sex with children. But you didn't do it. And shame on you.
People using as a determinant for the passage of a girl through girlhood to womanhood. It's actually very simple. The criteria that people have used in the past has always been puberty, because that is the change from girl to womanhood, where the girl who is now a woman because she can conceive and give birth to children. She can now become a mother. And really we need to look at when this age can occur. And there's a huge range. The range can be from 8 years old up to 13 years old.
What? The age a girl could become a mother is from 8 years until 13. Huh? Are you crazy? Do you think that it's a good thing for an 8-year-old to have a baby? That's what you just said. She can have a baby from the time she's 8. Why don't you go and read up on the internet, okay, and see what all the professionals say about sexual child abuse and impregnating children to have children. Not only does it rip apart their organs and hurt them internally, it hurts them mentally. They're not fit, okay? And so your prehistoric ideas about having kids having kids, is sick, man. And you're trying to justify that. I just don't get it. Honestly.
It actually can be even older in some cases, because the biggest factor in determining when puberty starts isn't actually just, it's not one, first of all, there's many, but one of the biggest ones is actually climate. If you live...
Climate? Get out of here. Are you crazy? You think because you grow some hair on your pubes and you live in a hot country, then what, you're hot to trot? You're all ready? Give me a break. I've never heard such ignorance in my life. What about the brain tissue? Do you care about the brain? What about the emotional well-being of a child? They're thinking of playing with Barbie dolls and flying Pegasus like Aisha did. She took her dolls even into Muhammad's house and played with her flying horse in his house. And he was wanting to play with her in sexual ways. You know what? Give yourself a break, okay? My goodness, to come onto YouTube and make such filthy videos.
Close to the equator, i.e. in a hot country, you're more likely to start your period earlier than if you live in a cold country. So if you came to sort of Norway and Scandinavia, etc., in Northern Europe, sort of the women tend to start their periods very, very late. You know, in the mid-teens, late teens.
Oh.
Whereas if you came to somewhere very hot like Africa or
I'm rolling my eyes.
The onset of puberty is much earlier in girls. Now,
What God?
I don't know how much actually, if you read the actual narrations of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and how the marriage was set up and how it was consummated, what you'll find is that the Prophet, peace be upon him, he married Aisha, may God be pleased with her, when she was 6 years old, and she was they had the ceremony, and she was sent back to her house with her parents. Now, when she became of age, she was sent back to the Prophet, peace be upon him. That was 3 years later. 3 years later, when she was 9, she had passed her puberty and then was now eligible.
When she was 9, she passed her puberty? Hello, she's just not even starting her puberty. It takes years to go through puberty, buddy. And you're telling everybody here that when she was 9, she passed her puberty. Did I hear it wrong? Come on, I must have heard it wrong. Let's hear again. Certainly you wouldn't have lied so boldly on YouTube.
May God be pleased with her, when she was 6 years old, and she was they had the ceremony, and she was sent back to her house with her parents. Now, when she became of age, she was sent back to the Prophet, peace be upon him. That was 3 years later. 3 years later, when she was 9, she had passed her puberty and then was...
Oh, heaven forbid. He did say it. When she was 9, she had passed her puberty. You're just a monkey boy. Go ahead. Let's hear what else. What other lies you're going to say.
Now eligible for marriage as they understood it, and they sent Aisha, may God be pleased with her, to her husband's house, the Prophet, peace be upon him, and the marriage was consummated. Now the key thing there is the wait, the 3 years wait. A lot of the charges that people make against the Prophet, peace be upon him, can be just simply thrown aside just by showing that actually the Prophet, peace be upon him, waited 3 years until she was eligible.
Did you see that guy who put his hands up and he showed you a space of time? That's the key thing here. Muhammad waited 3 years between the ages of 6 to 9 until he actually did intercourse with her. But you know what this fellow avoids telling you is that Muhammad practiced the ancient Arab custom of thighing children, where grown men used to take their erect penis, place it up high between the child's thighs, and masturbate there until they climaxed. And this is what Muhammad did according to Islamic literature. But he won't tell you that. Of course not. Of course not. Okay, let's see what else. What other little lies you're going to say and twist about some filthy man.
Marriage. And none of the people at the time had any qualms with that. In fact, the people who were the parents of Aisha, may God be pleased with her, were very happy to see this happen.
Another lie. Another lie. Go and read Sahih Bukhari, where we read that Abu Bakr said to Muhammad, "But we are brothers." And Muhammad's reply was, "She is lawful for me." Even Abu Bakr was shocked. I don't see anything about him being pleased. This is a very sad video, and I can't understand how someone can come and have the gall to make a filthy video trying to ease it in to people as if Muhammad was a good guy when he was a pedophile.
Their daughter was married the Prophet, peace be upon him. Now, I don't know what else you know or not about the first person that the Prophet, peace be upon him, married was called Khadija.
Oh, Khadija, oh yeah.
And Prophet, peace be upon him, was,
oh yeah, she's older.
Peace be upon him, but never married another person.
Oh.
The only virgin the Prophet, peace be upon him, married was Aisha, may God be pleased with her. And after that,
Here, look at this.
the marriages the Prophet peace be upon him had were with widows.
Widows.
Not with any other
15-year-old widow, 17-year-old widow, 20, 22,
what
26.
Wow!
Wow.
May God be pleased with her. Well, I think really that's the key question. Let's look at what happened to this young woman and what did she grow up to do and be.
What did she grow up to be?
Now,
What,
she
Aisha?
grew up to be a phenomenal.
Oh, she didn't grow up to be a phenomenal anything. Most of the hadiths are written by her, and they're all sexual. Many are sexual. She's scraping the semen off Muhammad's clothes. Oh, wow. She is having a bath in front of men to show them how to have a bath and get clean. Amazing. Shia records a story of how Aisha used to send her girls out to bring home the men for her. Yes, a lot of your stories come from a girl that was never a mother. Shame on you.